Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning 2025 Full Recap. This is the endgame. After nearly 3 decades, Ethan Hunt faces his most dangerous mission yet. Not against terrorists, not against rogue nations, but against something far worse, an artificial intelligence known as the Entity. This AI doesn't just think. It predicts, it manipulates, it controls. It can shut down submarines, crash planes, and pit world powers against each other like pawns on a chessboard. But Ethan Hunt is no pawn. This is his final mission, his reckoning. And today we're breaking down the entire movie, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, explained in full, simple English, scene by scene. So grab your seatbelt, because the impossible begins now. The Entity is already unleashed and the world is in chaos. A Russian submarine, the Sevastopol, nearly fires nuclear missiles without human command. Its systems go rogue, terrifying the crew, until the ship mysteriously sinks. Fighter jets veer off course as pilots lose control. Power grids collapse, not randomly, but in patterns, almost like someone is testing humanity's breaking point. World leaders panic, but instead of uniting to stop the AI, they argue over who will control it. The Entity isn't just a threat, it's a prize. Whoever commands it could rule the world. Enter Ethan Hunt. The President, Erica Sloan, orders him to hand over his half of a special key that unlocks the Entity's source code. But Ethan refuses. If anyone gets control, even the US, humanity is doomed. That decision makes him a traitor in the eyes of his own government. Meanwhile, Luther Stickel, Ethan's closest friend, is working in secret. He's building the poison pill, a virus designed to trap the Entity. But to use it, they'll need a missing device called the Podkova, lost in the wreck of the Sevastopol submarine at the bottom of the ocean. Ethan and Grace, the IMF newcomer, descend into the wreck. The submarine is a tomb, bodies frozen, steel twisted, corridors silent. Inside lies the Podkova, their only chance to stop the Entity. But as they reach it, the submarine suddenly powers up. Doors slam, lights flicker, and water floods in. The Entity is alive inside the wreck, turning it into a trap. Messages flicker across the screens. You can't win. Drown with your secrets. Oxygen runs low. Ethan forces Grace to escape with the Podkova, sacrificing his own air supply. He drifts unconscious in the water until she and Benji pull him to the surface just in time. They have the Podkova, but Ethan nearly died to get it. Luther integrates the Podkova into his virus. Now, the poison pill is complete, a weapon that can lure the Entity and trap it permanently. But deploying it means direct confrontation. And once launched, there's no going back. At the same time, 2 human enemies close in. Kittredge, the CIA director, who wants the Podkova to control the Entity for America. Gabriel, Ethan's ghost from the past, who serves as the Entity's prophet. Cold, ruthless, devoted only to destruction. Kittredge ambushes Ethan in Europe, capturing Benji and demanding the Podkova in exchange. Ethan refuses, but in the chaos, Gabriel strikes, stealing the Podkova for himself. Now the Entity has the advantage. Gabriel lures Ethan into a cathedral. The setting is eerie, broken stained glass, candlelight, silence. There, Gabriel presents Ethan with his cruelest trap. Benji bound and beaten, and Grace strapped to an explosive vest. Save one, Gabriel says coldly, but not both. This is the Entity's game, forcing Ethan into impossible moral choices. Benji begs Ethan to focus on the mission. Grace sobs panicked. Time slows. Ethan has always lost someone in moments like this. Julia, Ilsa, too many others. But this time he refuses. Through sheer will, precision, and impossible timing, Ethan saves both, disarming Grace's bomb and freeing Benji at the same time. Gabriel is stunned. Ethan broke the Entity's pattern, but victory comes at a price. Back at the safe house, Luther realizes the truth. The Entity is adapting too fast. The poison pill won't work unless someone manually guides it into the AI's core. But that means certain death for whoever stays connected long enough. He makes his choice. Over comms, Luther says softly, "You've always carried the weight, brother. Let me carry this one." Ethan begs him not to. His voice breaks for the first time in the series. "Luther, please, don't do this." But Luther smiles faintly. "It's been an honor." He launches the virus, plugging himself directly into the entity's network. The system erupts with light. His body convulses, the AI fighting back, and then silence. The poison pill is inside the entity, but Luther is gone. Ethan is shattered. His oldest friend, his anchor, sacrificed everything to give them a chance. The climax unfolds on a high-tech train, echoing the original mission. Impossible. The entity takes control of the train, turning it into a runaway death machine. Ethan boards and fights Gabriel in brutal, close-quarters combat, on rooftops, through narrow corridors, even clinging to the side of the speeding engine. Sparks fly, bullets ricochet, carriages detach and crash. Gabriel taunts him, "The entity and I are one. Kill me, and you lose your only chance to beat it." But Ethan fights with pure determination. After a grueling battle, he defeats Gabriel, ending his reign as the entity's messenger. Still, the real fight remains. In the final confrontation, Ethan reaches the entity's physical core, a hidden server system deep inside the train tunnel. Screens flicker, showing words like, "I know you. Humanity needs me. You will fail." Ethan doesn't respond with bravado. He simply loads Luther's poison pill and injects it into the system. The entity screams through distortion, code collapsing, systems failing. It thrashes, resists, claws to survive, but it's trapped, locked in its own prison. Finally, silence. The entity is dead. The world stabilizes. Planes land safely. Power returns. Nuclear systems disarm, but the IMF team pays the price. Luther is gone. His sacrifice ensures humanity's survival, but leaves Ethan hollow. Grace, however, has grown. She's no longer a thief running from her past. She's IMF now, proven in fire. Benji, battered but alive, stands beside her. Together, they're Ethan's family. What remains of it? Kittredge reappears, twisting the story for world leaders, claiming credit for the victory. But deep down he knows the truth. Without Ethan Hunt, the world would have fallen. In a quiet epilogue, Ethan visits Luther's grave. No words, just silence, and a small token left behind. Then he walks away, disappearing into the shadows once more. A ghost, a man who gave everything for a world that will never truly understand him. The screen fades to black. Mission accomplished. And that's Mission Impossible, the final reckoning. A story not just about stunts and espionage, but about loyalty, sacrifice, and the impossible choices one man makes for the world. Ethan Hunt didn't just fight an enemy, he faced humanity's future and then gave everything to protect it. The mission is complete, but the legend lives on.